Hi everyone, welcome to Live for Speed. This is a very old simulator from 2007 that at the time I missed out on because I did not have a rig at the time. I was about 25 when this came out and was probably enjoying the other finer things in life and wasting all my money on a simulation rig. I've heard lots of amazing things about this simulator. Super complex and very small team released it at the time. I think it was only a 3-man team that released this and probably have kept it alive. So I heard lots of great things about the physics and the force feedback, so I thought it's a bit of a rainy weekend here, so we'll give it a bit of a go. Very simple to download, it's all done through their website. You just download it, install it. I'm running just the demonstration version, which gives you 3 cars and 1 track, which is this Blackwood Raceway. Fictional track, I believe. You can then pay for extra tiers as S1, S2 and S3. The top tier unlocks all the mods that this game has, so very similar in that regard to your R-Factor 2 or your Assetto Corsa. I think there's even a few VRC cars that have made their way over from AC, which would be pretty cool to try out as well. And surprisingly, looks okay for such an old game. So 2007 we're talking about here. There is a post-processing filter you can put on in the options, which I have done, which for me just looks like it's darkened a lot of the graphics. Shadows sort of stand out a little bit more. But I think the trees look good and the grass looks good. Overall, quite a good looking game. I'm a bit retro at the moment after getting to Richard Burns Rally, of course, as well. Road texture, lots of stuff happening, so again, pretty good looking game for such an old engine, of course. But back then, and even before this time, games were not about the graphics, it was about how they, in this case, how they drove, how they are as a racing or a driving simulator. Whereas these days, developers, of course, can just cover up any flaws in how it drives by making a game look pretty. But back in the day, it was more about how it actually drove. And this thing, from first impressions, absolutely fantastic. I think I've got the FFB set to about 60% if I'm reading the sliders in the menu correctly. And it's very, very heavy. And very aggressive when you go over the bumps as well. And you'll even see the bit of a head shake, bit of oscillation there through the eyes, like you would in these little Formula type cars. I mean, a little Formula BMW, sorry. It's a little 6-speed sequential thing. I think it's got a 4-cylinder inline engine, probably a little motorbike engine or something like that. Little zippy little car. But yeah, lots of details in the steering. I'll probably, from very first impressions, I don't know, put it somewhere in that original AC sort of vein. The weight of the steering though very much feels like the new build with Rennsport with its latest beta release. It's got a very, very heavy feel to it, and this is exactly the same. I love the effects over the curbs there. But yeah, it does the full simulations. You got all your flat spots, tyre degradation, all that sort of stuff you expect. Really complex garage setup as well, full control over your gearbox, suspension, dampers, tyre pressures, everything you want to change in the car. You can deep dive into your setup with this simulator. Sounds pretty good too. You can hear all the little scrapes and bumps as the car's running over the road. Overall, just very, very impressive. So I'd probably maybe paying for the upgrade to the other levels. So I think it's about £36, so whatever that works out in Aussie dollars to get the full beans. Definitely love to try some of the mod cars. There's even some motorbikes I saw as well as part of the pack. So something different. I'll get that lap time down now. So. Yeah, look, very, very impressed. Can certainly see myself spending some money in this thing. And it still has online competitions even to this day, a bit like Richard Burns Rally. There's still a community that keeps this game alive. I saw at the moment there's an IndyCar event going on and all sorts of other things. So yeah, still lots of content to keep yourself interested. But yeah, this is really, really good in terms of how it drives. At the end of the day, these are driving simulators. That's what they're about. They're not graphic simulators or anything else. They're all about how the car drives, how it feels. And this little thing with its big sticky tyres feels fantastic. I can't believe it's taken so long for me to actually try this out. What's that? 17 years after its release? I certainly feel like I've missed out, to be honest. You control that throttle through the corner there, you can feel the weight of the car moving around. Alright, I might do one more lap and see if we can get this time down a little bit more. Bit of a wiggle there, but easy enough to catch, quite instinctive. I said, yeah, it's very much, I'm not sure where to put it in the sort of, I said, it feels a bit Assetto Corsa-ish. Probably not as good as your Race Room or R-Factor 2, but certainly up there in that top echelon for sure in terms of tyre physics. Could definitely keep hot lapping this all day though, to be honest. Lots and lots of fun. Nice and aggressive on the throttle there. A bit more confident as we go along. I'll have one more. This is good fun. A little bit quicker again. Certainly the new games just don't have the same vibe as this. I said there's something about the old games that are just better. They focused more on what the game was about, which in this case I said is driving, and yeah, they look good enough, but as a driving experience, nothing gives you that feel that these old games do. Richard Burns Rally, this one, it's just fantastic. Maybe it's just because I'm old. As you get older, you get into the nostalgia more, I suppose. You know, things aren't as good as they used to be, like our parents used to say. Oh, big wiggle there. Alright, let's wreck that lap. So we'll park that up there, and thanks very much for watching. And yeah, probably do a bit more Live for Speed content at the moment. I'll probably upgrade, like I said, and try out some of the online events. Thanks very much for watching.